So welcome, Parshas Tzav Chamishi, and Chamishi is only 8 psukim. I can actually, in the time allotted to me, read the psukim very quickly and just translate them. But let's discuss what happens here, because here, beginning with Chamishi, we see something very interesting, and that is, as you learned yesterday, everything was anointed with oil. The process now continues into a very important part of the avoda that everyone had to do, including Am Yisrael. Vayagesh is parachatos, which had to come along with the inauguration of what the Kohanim were about to do on their own, because up until now Moshe was doing it. Vayismoch Aaron ubonov es yedeim al rosh parachatos. It was slightly mentioned in Parshas Vayikra, but now we get more details, and that is the mitzvah of smicha. Smicha and the karbanos meant that every one of us, and when by Shlishi, with Hashem's help, is built, when we bring karbanos, we will have to take our two hands and place them over the animal, for whatever it is, and give it a little bit of a shove. Now this showed a little bit of ownership, but it also has a deeper message here. Va'ismo, I'm relying on this to accomplish a particular purpose. We look through the karbanos, and these 8 psukim basically again describe the breaking up of the animal and where the dam was actually sprinkled. And in addition, it'll divide it. A karev, the karayim, he has to wash them and put them all on the mizbeach. But the idea here is that we are always somech on something. We rely on this carbon to accomplish its mission. We rely on the Kohanim to represent us as Am Yisrael. All of Torah's Kohanim depends on reliance, because the sequence was Moshe taught Aaron and Ubonov, and they went on to teach. Now the job of the Kohen was always double. The Kohen was both the teacher, who always taught Torah to Am Yisrael. At the same time, the Kohen did the avodah in the Beis HaMikdash. So the Kohen was that intermediary, because if you think of how the role of Moshe was a melech, Moshe was the shofet, Moshe was the Av HaNeviim, and Moshe here for these few days is the Kohen. We rely totally on Moshe, but their reliance is transferred to different people, and that's what we always do. Our entire Yehadut depends on reliance. We are somech on the Chachamim, they're somech on the Torah, and then, of course, we teach a generation, one mechanech children. So in this one word, smicha, which is so important, to rely on others, that Am Yisrael is built on, Chazal actually point out that the first machlokas that arose in Am Yisrael was about smicha. And many of the Achronim wonder, why is this, imagine, until a certain point, till the Zugos, we're told there's no machlokas b'Yisrael. And then suddenly, boom, Yarbu Machloket B'Yisrael, and Nase Torah, Kashtei Torahs, the Torah became 2. Why? Because some point out, the idea of relying on others began to get lost. In fact, the Gemara says, why did Machlokas develop literally? Because of the Talmidim of Shammai and Hillel, Shelo Shimsu Kol Tzarchon. They didn't rely enough on their teachers to dwell deeply into what they meant. The minute we think like, hey, you know what, I think I know what I'm doing. Well, maybe you don't know what you're doing. Maybe look it up. Maybe ask a Rabbi. And that's the beauty of smicha, to walk away with that message of lismoch. And that's what smicha meant when we give smicha to Rabbanim. We're somech on them because now they understand that we are supposed to rely on them.